Ashley, it's been a while. It's your sister-in-law, Isabel. How are you? Are you feeling down and maybe even getting sick? I'm worried that someone as timid as you might be hospitalized. Isabel? You haven't blocked me if you got my reply, right? You're surprisingly bold for someone with a timid personality, aren't you? Well, losers like you are afraid of losing track of me. So I was advised by people around me not to block you. What? Even though I don't really want to, I'm not blocking you. I have not forgiven you for taking my husband away from me. And technically, you and I are sisters-in-law now because of our parents' remarriage. But I have never considered you my sister. Please don't misunderstand me on that point. Oh dear, you've become quite strong in the past 5 years, haven't you? Is it only over text that you can come on so strong? You can't do that in person, can you? You can say whatever you want. So, what do you want? I will listen. Please be brief. What? You are so annoying. Unlike you, who leads a boring life of looting, I'm busy. Or are you just trying to get my attention? No, I'm not. Well, if I told you this, you wouldn't be able to act like this. Really? What is it? Well, I stole your husband again. What? My husband? That's right. What's yours is mine. It's common sense that you, my sister-in-law, should give everything to me, whether it's your boyfriend or your husband too. That's why I took them from you 5 years ago, but you had the nerve to ask for alimony. I had to live in poverty after that. I'm going to get my revenge. How's that? Now you can't act so tough on me, right? No way. First of all, my husband? I'm single now. What? I don't believe that. You're a fool if you think you can deceive me. It's a total waste. Actually, I have an intimate relationship with your husband, you know. Oh, I see. You're obviously mistaken, so I suggest you check that man's identity carefully. What's that? I already knew he was your husband. I'm doing this, fully aware, taking your husband away. There's no way I could have gone this far and made a mistake. I mean, have you broken up with Tony yet? What? My ex-husband, Tony. You're not joking about forgetting his name, are you? Oh, I remember, but as soon as I heard he divorced you, I got bored and dumped him immediately. Are you serious? You really took Tony away from me just to harass me? It's your fault for marrying him before me, you know. That's why I stole him from you. But I'm such a bad girl. You know I'm too attractive. Since my divorce 5 years ago, I've never been without a man. It's been hard to find someone I can be serious with. Good for you. But not this time. He's handsome, he's got money, and he's perfect for me. I thought, this is the man of my dreams. So, I'm pregnant with your husband's child. Oh, I see. Oh, I see? What do you mean? Oh, you're too frustrated to act normally, aren't you? It's not worth reacting to. And you want me to divorce him again? Even if I wanted to, I don't have a husband. In other words, you don't want to divorce your current husband. I told you I'm not married in the first place. I don't have time to deal with your fantasy. In fact, I'm busy working right now. What's so busy about being a housewife? I'm not a housewife. Well then. Hey! Ashley, surely at this hour you can't reject me with the excuse of, I'm busy working, right? It's you again. That's enough. You're going to make me listen to your delusional story again, aren't you? Just listen to me. You're probably expecting the same thing that happened 5 years ago. You want me to divorce my husband because you stole him. No, you don't have to this time. What? You don't want to be divorced again, do you? So, you don't have to do it this time. Am I not a kind person? I mean, it's really pitiful if my sister-in-law gets divorced for the second time, right? But I want to live in the luxury house he's living in now, so I've decided to keep you as my housekeeper. Housekeeper? You're just a housewife, aren't you? I told you yesterday that's not true. Did you read what I said? If you get divorced in that situation, you'll be out on the street for sure. I told you I'm single, so there's no divorce, and I'm working. You are not reading what I said. And as for me, if you divorced him, I'd have to pay alimony again. It's a lot of trouble. So I'm going to keep you at home as a housekeeper in the name of his wife. But if you disobey me, you'll get divorced immediately. Seriously, I don't know where to begin. Oh my, you still don't get it. Well, let me put it very simply. If you don't want your husband to divorce you, you take care of the kid. And of course, take care of me and my husband. I don't want to. So, I'm moving to your house early next month. Give up the room you're using for the sake of me and my unborn child. Your new will be, in your role as a housekeeper, why not set up a sleeping space in the kitchen? Sleeping on the hard, cold floor will suit you. Oh, that's delightful. Isabel, I really don't understand what you mean. What? I don't know how you know who my current husband is, but I said that I'm single now. I have been a single mother since you stole my husband. I'm in the middle of working and trying to raise my child. I'm not a housewife at all. I really don't know what you're talking about. Can you please stop being so delusional? What? You really are stubborn, aren't you? When I had Tony taken from you, you were all tears, weren't you? You've really grown thick-skinned in these past 5 years, huh? How dare you try to deceive your sister with such lies? I'll become as strong as it takes as a mother to protect my child. Is this the fate of a woman who married a wealthy man? Jesus, I have to be careful. This conversation isn't making any sense at all. Like you know, lying like that just because you don't want to lose your life now? It's just too ridiculous and funny. It might affect the baby. Please keep the jokes light, okay? Laughing too much, if something happens to the baby, that would be no laughing matter. Oh no, this is no good. Ah, now I finally have real love. Mikey Pie is a little older, but that doesn't change the fact that we are destined to be together. Mikey Pie? I mean, Michael. We are so in love that we call each other Mikey Pie and Izzy Wizzy. I see. That's very sweet. Good for you. Well, I'll use you as my housekeeper from next month. From now on, you will work hard as my slave. Hey, Auntie. Hey, Ashley. How are you? I have to tell you something. That guy was definitely cheating. What? I got a message from the woman he was cheating with, so I took a screenshot and I'll send it to you now. It's a long message, so you'll have to read it to the end to understand what's going on. Just read it anyway. Then we'll talk about it in detail. Okay. Hey, this woman, Isabel? Yeah, she's my sister-in-law. She became my sister-in-law when my mom remarried my dad. She rarely visits her parents' home and often avoids all the formalities with relatives, saying it's too much trouble. I don't know if you've met her much. I've only heard stories about her and Ashley's husband. Yeah, She's the one who took my husband away from me and took the father away from our child. Right. So that's how it is. That woman again. I mean, that conversation. She clearly missed the point. Yeah, right? I thought she lost her brain or something. This time, should I confront it head on? Yeah, if you can. To be honest, I'm practically irrelevant, and if I'm being pressured to get a divorce, there's nothing I can do about it. Besides, this is good timing for Auntie, right? It is. I'm not sure if I'm using it correctly, but it's like a summer insect flying into the fire, right? I guess so. It's funny that her bad luck strikes like this, just because she rarely shows up at family gatherings. I bet she didn't expect it either. Well then, shall we start preparing for a counterattack right away? Sure, I'll just go with the flow on my end. If needed, I can come back over there in time for the counterattack. How about that? Sure. Please do come if you can. I'm sure you'll see something interesting. Ashley, I'm moving there tomorrow. You did make a room for me, right? So with that in mind, please take care of things, okay? Miss Housekeeper? Isabel. Hello. I'm your aunt, Rebecca. I asked Ashley to use her phone. What? My aunt? Yes. No, I don't have an aunt. My father is an only child. The woman he remarried is my sister, so I'm your mother's sister. Then you're a stranger to me. Ashley thinks she can scare me by involving a stranger aunt. I guess she hasn't changed her timid personality. If that's the case, it's convenient because it's easy to treat her as a housekeeper. I'm sorry to interrupt you while you're so excited all by yourself. What? In conclusion, Michael is my husband. Huh? What are you talking about? You were too lazy to show up at any of my family gatherings. You must have had a relationship with each other without even noticing. Even though you two are not related by blood, we're still relatives. It's truly disgusting. Huh? Ah, I get it. I know it's Ashley pretending to be aunt. Oh my God. Do you want to go that far to interrupt my lovey-dovey life with Mikey Pie? You're too much of a wimp. You're really pathetic. I guess you really don't have a brain. What? Let me put it simply and plainly. I made Michael write divorce papers and kicked him out of the house. And I just filed the papers earlier. What? I had been aware of Michael's affair for a long time, but I didn't have any solid proof. And then you, the cheating partner, brought it to me yourself. Really, it was really good timing. Thank you. I finally got a divorce. Now I can be free of that lousy husband of mine. I know it's hard to take care of him, but you're the one who's going to have to do it from now on. I'll have you and Michael move out of the house too. What? Wait! Huh? I thought you didn't want to be divorced. If a housewife gets divorced, she'll be out on the street. That's why I said I'd make you my housekeeper. Why should Mikey Pie be kicked out of his own house? That house is in my name. What? I inherited it from my father. Michael and I get divorced. He has no choice but to leave the house. Even you can understand this level of logic, right? What? Wait a minute. Are you really my aunt? You're not impersonating my idiot sister-in-law? Yes, I am. I've been saying that for a while now. Wait, what? Wait a minute. I just remembered something. I heard a long time ago that Ashley has a relative who inherited a company from her father who runs it. Oh, so you knew. Is that you? And that luxury house is in your name? That's weird, because I saw it. Ashley came out of that house, and Mikey Pie came out of that house too. I thought, if they're living together, they must be husband and wife. When was this? 6 months ago. Oh, if it was around that time, Ashley came back to America temporarily for about 2 weeks with your child. Came back to America? Yes, she stayed at our house during that time. Have you seen Ashley since then? I haven't, but... Well, it's natural that you haven't. She's in charge of my company's overseas division now. She's living abroad with her kids. Huh? If you don't believe me, take a look at my company's website. You'll find a picture of Ashley's face as the person in charge of overseas business development. By the way, she's back home temporarily now for the first time in 6 months. Both of us are watching this conversation together. And for now, I'm the one doing the typing. What? Is that true? Believe it or not, the Mikey Pie that you were so proud of taking from Ashley, he was my husband, and it is a fact. So, I will demand alimony from you and Michael. What? My lawyer will visit you soon. Oh my God! Okay. I'll have Mikey Pie pay my share of the alimony. Do whatever you want. Oh, I forgot one thing. Michael is unemployed, so... What? He was an employee of ours until the other day, though. As a result of our background check on this case, we also found that he went on a date with you during working hours. Furthermore, we've also discovered attempts to manipulate associated expenses. I have dismissed him without question. No way! I thought I was going to marry a rich man. I don't want an unemployed man. So, I'm afraid you'll have to pay the alimony on your own. Good luck. Wait a minute. I'm carrying Michael's child. I'm going to need more money from now on. Help me, please. We are relatives. This is not fair. You don't even come to say hello to me. You don't even know my face, and now you call yourself my relative? Even my niece Ashley says you're not her sister-in-law's sister. We're not related at all. Wait a minute. I thought I was going to have a lavish life with a housekeeper. So I already quit my job. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, and... What's more? Michael said he's going back to his parents' house because he's disappointed in you. Why? I mean, the fact that he had a relationship with you without knowing you were related. But I guess the most shocking thing must have been your affair. What? He is infertile, so he might have suspected you were with another man. What? I wonder who the father of your baby is. Oh, no. No way. If it's not Michael's, then who is it? Oh, you know it very well, don't you? Or do you have so many relationships that you don't even know? I don't want to talk to such a dirty person anymore. Okay, then. I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Please look forward to the arrival of my lawyer. Oh, no. There's no way I could be wrong. This must be a lie. It seems like I finally got through to her in our conversation. Probably. What is clear now is that the father of the baby was never found out. As a result of relying on her parents, who had already disowned her, the baby was taken away from her as soon as it was born. The child was adopted by a relative who had no children. Isabel also has 2 young kids whom her ex-husband took custody of. The children have completely rejected her, and she is not allowed to visit them at all. It is no exaggeration to say that Isabel has lost everything. She is now living in extreme poverty, working morning and night to pay the alimony demanded by my aunt and the child support for her children.
Hi, Sarah. Long time no see. I heard you haven't divorced my brother Tom yet. I really don't know why he likes an ugly wife like you. How can he stay with you without getting bored? Long time no see, Mary. Thanks for being harsh with me as always. Well then, the ugly wife is busy with housework today. So, if you'll excuse me now. Huh? Wait a minute. I haven't done talking yet. Don't end my story on your own, you ugly. What? There's more to it? I called you today to ask you for a favor. I actually quit my job yesterday, and I'm going back to my parents' house. You're living there with them, right? That's why I want you to leave before I come back. What? I am irritated because I just quit my job. On top of that, I can't stand having you, ugly as you are, in my house. I love beautiful things, and when I see ugly things, I get very irritated. I want you, the ugly wife, to leave. Wait a minute, Mary. It's too much to ask me to leave all of a sudden. Besides, the reason for being kicked out is too unreasonable. It's true that I'm not as pretty as you, but I don't deserve to be mistreated like that. You, an ugly woman, are speaking back to me, a beautiful woman? You ugly people don't have human rights, so just obey me. Huh? If I tell you to leave, you shut up and leave. Ugly women are geniuses at irritating beautiful women. Every one of them is disgusting. Every one of them? What do you mean? Aren't you more irritated than usual today, Mary? Shut up! Just hurry up and pack your stuff. Oh, and one more thing. Leave your brand name stuff behind. You are ugly, but you have the nice stuff. So, from now on, I'll use them for you. I didn't ask you to do that. Sorry, but I'm not gonna lend them to you at all, Mary. Huh? Why don't you think about how it feels to have brand name goods cherished by an ugly woman? I'm sure that the bags and accessories you have will definitely look better on a beautiful woman like me than on an ugly woman like you. That's why I said I'll use them for you. I shouldn't throw pearls before swine. What? Well then, just do as I say. I'm going back to my parents' house by the end of this week, so get out of there ASAP. Hey, Tom, did you hear that Mary quit her job? And she wants to go back to her parents' house. Oh, I heard that last week. She called me unusually to ask for some advice. But I told her to ask you if she wants to come back. Now that we live in that house with our parents, it's no longer hers. If she wants to move in, she has to get permission from her sister-in-law, Sarah. I see. That's why she contacted me so unusually. From what I see, she must have asked for it right away. This house is yours now, so you can refuse her without hesitation. Considering her usual behavior, you wouldn't want her to live with you, would you? My parents say your feelings come first, so don't worry about it. But my feelings don't seem to matter to her at all. What? Actually, Mary told me to get out of her parents' house. She doesn't want to see my ugly face when she returns, because my face would only make her irritated, so she wants me to leave. What the? Did she actually say that instead of asking you, Sarah? Oh, I'm really sorry, Sarah. My stupid sister is always terrible. You don't have to apologize, Tom. There's something else that's been bothering me. Huh? Mary's been acting differently than usual. She seems annoyed not only with me, but also with someone else. She also said she was annoyed about the company she left. Tom, do you know anything about that? Oh, so that's how it is. Now I know why Mary tried to get rid of you. She was just taking out on you. I heard that the boss she had a crush on dumped her. I guess that's why she wanted to kick you out of the house. What? Because of a broken heart? Apparently, she had a crush on her boss at work for a long time. So, she confessed her feelings to him, but it turned out he had a wife. And he loves her very much. No matter how hard Mary tried, she couldn't win him over. She said no matter how sexy she tried, she was never taken seriously at all. You can't make a move on a married boss. So she asked him to show her a picture of his wife. She convinced him that one look would make her give up on him. But the wife, according to her, was pretty ugly. In other words, she didn't lose to a beautiful woman, but to an ugly woman, and her pride wouldn't allow it. So she quit the company in a fit of anger. It's an unimaginable reason for leaving. She was always boasting about her beauty, but from that day on, it got worse. She kept cursing his wife for being ugly on the phone that day. I think that's why she hates you even more. But that's just taking it out on you. And I don't understand the idea of kicking you out of my parents' house. She can't take her anger out on her boss or his wife. I'm just the perfect sandbag to replace them. I'm sorry for everything. If I refuse her to move in with us, it'll only cause more trouble for sure. Maybe I should just do as she wants and leave. What? I don't want you to do that. I don't want to live without you, Sarah. My parents love you too. The four of us have been happily living together until today. You're right. Your parents are very considerate of me, and I'm very comfortable with them. It would be a shame for me to leave such a house because of Mary. Let's talk about the future together, including my parents. I can't believe she was trying to get rid of you. I didn't think she'd be that selfish. She's gone too far. I don't think we can handle this on our own. You're right. I think I'm at the end of my rope here. Okay, I'm going to finish work early and go home. I'll explain everything to my parents.
Hey, you! Looks like you asked my brother for help. I heard you snitch to him that I was trying to kick you out.
I didn't snitch. I just talked to my husband.
You went to him because you thought he would be on your side. But I'm sorry. He promised me he'd get rid of you.
What?
At first, he was lecturing me about all kinds of things, but I guess big brothers have a weakness for little sisters. And I'm such a beautiful and cute sister. Finally, he said he would respect my feelings. He said he'll make sure I don't have to face his ugly wife. So, I'm going back to my parents' house now.
What? You're going back to your parents' house already?
I've already canceled the room I've been living in. Ugly sister-in-law, have you moved out yet? I bet my brother is tired of his ugly wife too.
If that's the case, I've already left.
I can finally go back to my parents' house. I can finally spend a stress-free and relaxing time. Why didn't you tell me sooner if you've already left?
I figured you'd come over in a week whether or not I tell you.
Why don't you divorce my brother already? He doesn't want you around either. You're an ugly wife. You're separated. What's the point of being married anymore?
Hey, who said I don't want Sarah around?
I have no intention of divorcing her, and I'm not gonna separate from her in the first place. Your brother left his parents' house with his precious wife.
What?
You're such a... Don't make up my words on your own. It's true I said I respect your feelings, but I never said anything about kicking Sarah out. I just got fed up with you and gave up on you. We've decided to leave because you're such a pain in the ass.
What? Brother?
Listen, don't ever contact Sarah again. I don't want you to have anything to do with Sarah anymore.
Wait a minute. What's this all about? Why are you leaving with Sarah? Aren't you tired of your plain-looking ugly wife? I think you said you're sick of living with her.
I told you not to make up my words on your own. When did I say that? I care about Sarah, and there's no way I'll ever get tired of her. She always takes care of our family. How can I consider such a wonderful wife an annoyance?
What? Then, when you said you'd make sure I don't have to face Sarah, you meant that you two were going to leave together?
That's what I meant. I am fed up with you boasting about your beauty and looking down on others. Sarah and I have no intention of seeing you again.
I don't get it at all. Why are you leaving with your ugly wife? Why don't you just divorce her? Why are you being so nice to an ugly wife?
Shut up, you ugly bitch! I don't want a divorce. I want to cut ties with you. You are the one who's always complaining about other people's looks. We don't want you in our family.
What? You don't want me, your beautiful sister, in your family? Why do you say that? It's a fact that I'm beautiful and Sarah is plain looking and ugly. Why do you care more about her than me?
You don't understand anything. Anyway, I gave you what you wanted. Sarah's not at home anymore. This should be enough for you. If you're satisfied with that, don't bother us again.
Don't get carried away now that you've got my brother on your side. You're an ugly bitch after all. I can't believe you contacted me right after being told to stay out of my life. Shut up, you ugly bitch! Everything about you really pisses me off. Why can ugly women marry and have husbands who are kind to them? I'm a beautiful woman and I can't get married. This is so weird. What? I even won a beauty contest in college. I'm undeniably beautiful. And yet my boss rejected me. And my brother prefers his ugly wife over me. What the hell is going on here? Calm down a bit, Mary. There's a lot of anger mixed up in you. Shut up! Why do you all treat me, a beautiful woman, like I'm not important? Everyone should give me more special treatment. I am so pretty and beautiful. Unlike you ugly people, I make an effort to be beautiful. I can't allow ugly people to be happier than me. Well, Tom told me what happened. I heard that your boss at work, whom you had a crush on, had a wife. I sympathize with you for getting dumped. But right now, you're just exploding with resentment. Shut up, you ugly bitch! What do you know about my feelings? By the way, about your boss, could it be someone called Richard Green? Huh? What do you mean by that? How do you know my boss's name? I knew it. To tell you the truth, my friend's husband works at the same place as you. I was wondering if he's related to your story. What? Your friend's husband? A man who loves his wife so much
and flatly refuses your wooing. I thought it might be her husband, and I was right. I had no idea that my friend's husband was your boss. What? But if that's the case, you can rest assured, Mary. You couldn't beat his wife even if heaven and earth were turned upside down. Because she won not only the Miss University contest, but also the Miss Universe contest. Huh? So, don't be so downhearted. You lost to an overwhelmingly beautiful woman. Even you can't be the world champion. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? My boss's wife is a friend of yours, and that ugly woman is the winner of Miss Universe? That's impossible. He showed me her picture, and she was ugly. Maybe that picture is his phone's standby screen, right? What? How did you know that? Actually, my friend had told me about it before. She said that she's happy that her husband loves her so much. However, she's a little bothered by the fact that he assures her that she's cute even when she's not wearing makeup or sleeping with half-open eyes. What? What's more, he put a picture of her on his phone's standby screen. It was taken from a low angle with her bare face just waking up. No matter what she said to him, he won't change it because he thinks she's cute. But a picture like that should make even the most beautiful woman look ugly, right? What? So, she must have looked ugly in that standby photo, but in reality, she's a very beautiful woman. She's so beautiful that she won a world championship. She's my best friend. What's that? I can't believe that that his wife is that beautiful. Aren't you happy? You didn't lose to an ugly girl. You lost to a stunningly beautiful woman. That makes you more happy in terms of your pride, doesn't it? Yeah, that's right. There's no way a beautiful woman like me would lose to an ugly one. If his wife is so beautiful, no wonder my tricks didn't work on him. It's not because I'm not attractive. No, I don't think you're attractive. Facial beauty and attractiveness are two different things. Huh? You look down on people just because they are not beautiful and make fun of them. A person like that, no matter how beautiful she is not attractive at all. Huh? You're an ugly girl. Don't suddenly start talking so cheeky. Don't get carried away just because my brother is on your side. After all, he's the only one who's on your side. I have more allies. Even your parents moved out of their house with us. What? After we told them we are leaving, they wanted to go with us. So, we all decided to move to a bigger apartment together. Huh? Wait a minute! If Mom and Dad are moving out of their house, then I'll be the only one living there. That's what it's going to be like. I stopped them, saying I felt sorry for you. But they said they don't want to live with a daughter who won't even pay back the money. What? Your parents have told me about it. I think it's good that you try to be beautiful, but you borrowed money from your parents to pay for your beauty treatments. The total money is almost $20,000, and you have never repaid any of it. Oh, no, that's... You are indeed a beautiful daughter with pretty face to look at, but you are just wasting their money, and they have lost their love for you. Your parents want to take this opportunity to distance themselves from you. Oh, that's terrible! It's as if they chose an ugly girl over a beautiful one. At this point, all you can talk about is pretty or ugly. Looks aren't everything, and what does it matter if you're beautiful or not? Even Miss Universe is not only about face, but also about intelligence and humanity. In that sense, you are not beautiful at all, Mary.
What did you say?
You're just a self-proclaimed beauty. You call yourself an undeniable beauty, but no one thinks you're a beauty.
Huh?
You should chill out a little at your spacious parents' house. Well then, take care, self-proclaimed beauty. Even if you keep making fun of me, I'll try to be beautiful in my own way. After that, Mary did not calm down, but decided to prove her beauty to everyone, and recklessly applied for the Miss Universe pageant as fast as she could. However, she was rejected in the first round. This infuriated Mary, and instead of looking for a job, she began applying to entertainment agencies one after another. However, she was turned down by all of them. Finally, the marriage agency she had secretly registered with rejected her. There are tons of complaints from male registrants to you. Please polish your inner self first and then re-register. I heard that's what the marriage agency told her. By the way, what about me? I have talked Tom's parents about building a two-family house. They're planning to pay half of the cost by selling their former house. If that happens, Mary will be kicked out of her parents' house. I just hope that she will find a job and get out of the house quickly before that happens.